What's up, YouTube? This is Cold Mantis and welcome to my channel. Now, it's been years since I uploaded a video, but this is a brand new video. It's a different type of video. It's a planted tank video journal. Fluval Spec V. What can I say about it? It's an all-in-one tank and it's a great system. I first fell in love with the Fluval Spec line of series with the first spec that came out, which was a 2-gallon. Now, it came with this hockey puck type of LED where if you kind of look at it funny, the LEDs would die. I sent in for warranty and they sent me a new one, and that lasted maybe a month or two and then it died. So the stock light on the original Fluval, it was shit, to be honest with you. But with this new line, it's the upgraded 75K LED. Does it grow absolute everything? No, but it actually works really, really well. It even grows one of the hardest carpeting plants to grow, HC Cuba. Now, some plants I find that it couldn't grow, like Rotala bonsai. Even Rotala relinchi, it just didn't grow well. It looked very dwarfed, which is a clear sign of not enough light. Now, I'm not using the stock light that came with the Fluval V. I changed it to one of those Chinese night crew type lights. Does it work? Yes. Does it grow HC Cuba faster than the stock light? Of course. Can it grow Rotala bonsai and Rotala relinchi? Not really. Still the same. Very dwarf. Those plants, those stem plants, in my opinion, are very hard to grow. Now, what I'm doing right now is that I'm trying to get rid of some algae. This specific type of algae is Cladophora, which is a type of hair algae. I'm using a bristle type thing and I'm just spinning it around to get rid of the algae, and it does work, but it's short term. It doesn't fix the problem. Now, I'm a little bit fed up with the algae that's in here. It's not a lot. It's actually very little, as you can see in the video. There's only some Cladophora and some black bear algae. Nothing, not really a big deal. However, I decided to reset this tank. Now, why would I do that? Well, there's two reasons. One, it's not the algae. The main reason I want to do this is that it's the type of soil I'm using. Now, the type of soil that is in here is an aqua soil made by a Chinese company called Netley. While Netley is great, it's very different from your standard ADA style of substrate. For one, it's a nice gray instead of a dark black. It's packed with nutrients and it buffers your pH like no other. I remember I originally bought 2 or 3 bags. The bags are sold just like ADA. It's in liters. Now, it was first put in a 40-gallon breeder when I decided to start breeding crystal red shrimp. I remember I bought around 50 crystal red shrimp, but you have to imagine this. 50 shrimp in a 40-gallon breeder. It was ridiculous. I couldn't see any of the shrimp. It was just a waste of money, basically. So I decided to turn the tank into a planted tank. Now, that was a good 4 to 5 years ago. Whatever nutrients it had, it's long gone. The buffering capabilities, long gone, because I am using tap water instead of RO. That's why I wanted to reset the tank and change out the substrate. It's pretty much become mud. As you can see in the video while I'm pulling out the plants, it is just full of dust. You can't see anything in a couple of minutes. It has to be changed. Anytime I would plant something or pull something out, the whole tank just turns cloudy, and it would last for a while just due to the age of the substrate. If you pick up a granule and you try to squeeze it with your fingers, it will completely crumble and turn to dust. That's how old the substrate is. Let's talk about the livestock that's in this tank. The only livestock I have in this tank is red cherry shrimp, nothing else. I used to have some male endlers in this tank, but I caught them a couple of times chasing down baby shrimp, and I took them out. So no more endlers in this tank. I might add it after I reset the tank. I'm not sure. You have to understand that, it's really hard to balance a shrimp tank and a planted tank. You tend to focus more on one than the other. If you focus on shrimp breeding, then you can't really have a tank that looks like this due to the requirements for CO2 for dosing fertilizers, the shrimp survival is not gonna be a high percentage. And I'm talking about the babies. The adults, they will be fine, but the babies, they can only handle so much CO2, and they can only handle so much nitrates that you're gonna add when you dose fertilizers. Oh man, this tank is becoming such a mess. I can barely see anything. Now, the reason I set up this tank, even though I have so many tanks, is that, I was always curious about LEDs. Everyone tells me that I should get LEDs, but I'm very biased against LEDs for the fact that I've been in the hobby for about 8 years now, and I'm always a believer of T5 high outputs for high-tech planted tanks. Now, I've seen some LED tanks, and it's just not my thing. But you know what? I'm open to new technology and new ideas. So I wanted to try LEDs. Basically, the plants I put in here is just a test to see if they can grow or not. I know they can grow under my main tank, which is a quad T5 high output fixture, but I don't know if it will grow on an LED tank. This tank is very short actually. It's only 12 inches tall. So even a low power LED fixture like a Night Crew should be able to grow practically anything. I remember I did a par test and I was getting around maybe 35 to 40, and that should be enough to grow pretty much any carpeting plant. Oh, I can't believe I'm still doing this. Looks like there's a lot of plants that I'm taking out. Now I have a little tray where I put all my plants because I need to separate them. I probably have to trim some of the roots too because they're quite long because they've been established for a while. Now these plants are not going to go back right away. I still have to take out all the substrate, but before I can do that, I have to wait until the tank clears up, which it's going to take at least a day. Even after a day, it won't really be that clear, but clear enough for me to find whatever plants are still in the tank and to at least, or try to net out as much of the shrimp that's still remaining in there. That's about it for part 1 of this video. Enjoy the remainder of the video sped up with some music. See you in part 2.